Well, good evening, everyone, and please continue to enjoy your meal. It was kind of nice to have a plated meal this year. We usually have heavy hors d'oeuvres, we call them, and we kind of mix and match for the evening. And so the plated meal, I actually had an opportunity to have dinner. I usually get passed by, but I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. This is our annual special event, certainly to honor those who volunteer and those who give extra time to our fine hometown, our community of Hanover Park. And we reached out to Bartlett this year. When I discovered that they actually own this building, much like Bloomingdale does, but we thought, oh, let's change the venue and see how that goes. We're trying to build our relationship, business to business, with Bartlett, and so we have our combined chamber now. So I'm very proud of that. So I want to take a moment to mention that. My eyesight is gradually improving. You notice I'm not wearing glasses. I have one eye completed, and not only did I have heavy cataract, I don't know how I drove at night, but it's like technicolor in one eye and an old bulb in the other. So it's something I'm learning. I'm pretty excited about, so I'm sharing that tonight, and I'm pretty excited about it. My nearsighted vision is going to probably a few days away yet, but my farsighted I can see to drive, but my wife drove me anyway. So I thought I'd just share that little story, and I'd like to thank Sherry, my #1 support, pushing me out of the door, get me out of bed, make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing for those of Hanover Park. Thank you, Jared, for being by my side for all these years. So our elected officials that are here tonight, Rick Roberts and his guest Terry, I think they went out for a smoke. Trustee Cannon's not in attendance tonight, but Trustee Kemper, his neck, he's got something that pops in his neck, so he excused himself and he went home. But we wish him well. I think he's going to have a visit a chiropractor. And Trustee Hunkle and Roberta, thank you. Did he go out with him to get a smoke? My boardroom will never be smoke-free. I wonder why. No, actually it is, but they have to go outside. And so we have with us Herb Porter and Eva. Herb? Herb has a little longer recovery than I am. So you're doing well, Herb. I'm glad you're here tonight with Eva, who is on the ballot for Howard Creek trustee. So looking forward to that also. Charmaine Shahjahan, her husband. Glad you're here. And let's see, our wonderful village clerk, Etta Corral, Sepulveda, and Roberto, and her baby. We're all so proud of that. So keep up the good work, Roberto. Oh, I love this. So we had this evening, Michelle Mussman came by, and Christine Winger's at our table, enjoying dinner tonight. We have committed representatives. Thank you, Christine. Christine wanted to know how our opiate and heroin program is going, and I can tell you all, I couldn't be more proud. Our police department is deeply into what we're doing with participants, not participants, what do you call it? Providers? Prescribers. It's that P word. So, at the prescribers, we had a wonderful meeting with the National Safety Council in Hanover Park. DuPage County now wants to model that thing, and they're going to do it at the Shriners. No date's been named yet, but our police department's been on the lead on that, and I appreciate that. We've been to a number of meetings. We're going to fix the problem. We know what the problem is. We've got to fix it, and we're committed to that. I have Mike Mussman. No, Murray. Get my pins mixed up. Okay, so Mike Murray's here on behalf of Roger, and thank you for being here. He's over in Glenwood. So he's pretty far east, but we're glad he's here. And our village attorney, Bernard Paul, is here. Bernie, thank you for being here. And we have trustee candidate Bob Freakin here. Bob, wave, say hi to Bob. His neighbor said, now we might get some potholes fixed on the north side. We do drive on the north side, so it's nice to have you here. I would like to introduce our village manager, Juliana Maller, and a couple of things I'd like to say. Juliana has taken on quite a bit. You know, the mayor's a little over the top. That's my wife's work. You're a little over the top. But I have a lot of energy for the village of Hanover Park, and I like to see things get accomplished. And so we have this. We've lived in this town since I got out of the Navy in 1974, and so we've made it our home. And we've been here quite a while, and our commitment is there day in and day out. So Juliana has to. We have our conversations, and Juliana can come up. But I'd just like to say that taking on the Hanover Square, if you've driven down Barrington Road, you notice the difference in that building. We've come a long way, and we're not completed yet. I know she wants to get that behind her, and so does the board. The 390 extension, we've been working quite a bit on that. 390 is the old Elgin O'Hare. I'm committed to Western Access, along with 5 other mayors in other communities along that route, and we're still working to get that open. The city of Chicago doesn't really have an interest in anything west of O'Hare, so we have to stay very active politically, and we are involved in our elected officials in the state and Washington are all committed to do that, see that happen. She has many accomplishments, doing great things for the village. So Juliana, if you would like to introduce your staff, please. You did, yes.
Good evening. Thank you for coming this evening. I'd like to first thank Sue Krauser for all the work that she did to make tonight. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize the village's department heads who are here with us this evening. And if you stand when I recognize you, we have in the back of the room taking pictures, Deputy Village Manager David Webb. Cooper Bowman, our Director of Community and Economic Development. Fire Chief Craig Haig and his wife Beth. Jed Gerstein, our Chief Information Officer. Remy Navarette, and she's our Finance Director, and her husband Arnold. Police Chief Mike Minot. TJ Moore, who's our Engineering and Public Works Director. And Kate Curto and her guest Zeke, our Human Resources Director. As the mayor mentioned, we've had many successes this year, and it is a direct result of the hard work and dedication of these individuals and their committed employees. I'd like to thank them for their accomplishments this past year, for making it all possible. If you were unable to attend, I would encourage you to go to the village's website or our cable channel and watch the village's State of the Village address that was held on January 31st. I think the mayor did a very nice job of outlining the many positive results from this past year. We will look forward to working together with all of you in this coming year to continue to keep our community a welcoming place that we are all proud of. Thank you. This evening I would like to introduce the Jeffrey Carlson Memorial Scholarship. The Jeffrey Carlson Memorial Scholarship was established by the Village of Hanover Park to honor the memory of Jeffrey Carlson. a water supply operator and devoted employee, husband, and father who passed away in August of 1998. I'm happy to announce that this year's recipient of this scholarship is Kristen Bolter, daughter of Roger and Sandy Boltner. Unfortunately, Kristen wasn't able to join us this evening, but we congratulate her and wish her the best in her future career. Kristen is currently at Southern Illinois University studying interior design with a minor in environmental studies. And Mayor Craig, if you would like to come up and introduce our Youth of the Year presentation.
Thank you. Something's ringing. Oh, that doesn't mean my hearing aids are going bad. I got those new this year too. I'm in the overhaul mode. I'll be glad when things come together. Well, our youth presentation will like to invite up Pat Coleman, the father of Michael Coleman, whom this next award was dedicated to. And we have another number of recipients tonight. Pat, you come on up. Michael Coleman was a young Hanover Park resident who passed away in 2011. He was a leader in our community who gave his all in everything he did, including swimming, football, and snowboarding. We have honored to have his father with us this evening. This year we received several applications from our fine Hanover Park youth for the Youth of the Year Scholarship Award. Tonight we will award 4 runner-up with a $500 scholarship, and then name our Michael H. Coleman Youth of the Year winner, who will receive a $1,000 scholarship. The holes are working, so good job. I was wondering how you don't have to raise the whole book. Our first runner-up and winner of a $500 scholarship is Robert Kincannon. Robert, will you and your family please join me at the podium? Oh, Robert. Good job. Well done. Well done. Part of your father's Robert, we'll get a photo together over here. Robert currently attends Lake Park West High School, where he is involved with cross country. He volunteers for both his school and church. And in June, he plans to run 210 miles. That's not a big one. And in 8 days, and raise money for childhood speech apraxia, a neurological speech disorder. He plans on attending Vincennes University in Vienna, where he will study physical therapy. Robert has been described as a self-disciplined young man, always ready to help others, who has a strong sense of service to his school and his community. Congratulations, Robert. Very good. For our next runner-up and winner of a $500 scholarship is Marissa Gustafson. Marissa and her family with 3 Marissa attends Bartlett High School, where she plays and is a member of the varsity girls tennis team. She plans to major in biomedical engineering at either Georgia Institute of Technology or the University of Illinois in Champaign, and plans on pursuing a career in medicine. Marissa has been described as being passionate in serving others, has the ability to lead, is a very dedicated individual. Congratulations, Marissa. Marissa before one of my annual outings with the Trinity Youth in 6th grade. And I've been doing that for 30 years. I got honored just last year for doing it 30 years. And I don't know where time goes, you know, it just flies by. But many of the 6th graders at Trinity come up to me from time to time. And they're young adults, and they said, Mr. Craig, we remember you. It's all good. So thank you for remembering, Marissa. That was nice. It was a nice compliment. So our third runner-up and winner of a $500 scholarship is Jill Prigge. Jill, if you and your family would please join me at the podium. Jill attends Hoffman Estates High School, where she is a member of the track and field team. Her future plans include studying mechanical engineering at either the University of Illinois in Champaign or Purdue University in Indiana. Both fine schools, I'll let you know. Keep your dad broke. She has served as team leader on various research projects sponsored by Argonne National Laboratory, has taken the opportunity to volunteer often. She is described as being trustworthy, hardworking, dedicated, and motivated. I almost trustworthy, loyal, healthy. I almost repeated the Scout Law. I've known Jill for quite a while. Her dad and I have been involved in scouting for many years. Congratulations, Jill. Our fourth runner-up and winner of the $500 scholarship is Natasha Truesdale. Natasha, if you and your family would please join me at the podium. Natasha currently attends Hoffman Estates High School, where she is involved with many activities, a couple which include District 211 Operation Snowball and the Hispanic National Honor Society and Exchange. Natasha plans to attend either Cornell College in Iowa or Kelvin College in Michigan, where she will study chemical engineering. Guys, you guys get tough stuff. My goodness. Natasha is active with her church, where she volunteers as a food pantry runner with the Student Impact, where she serves as campus coordinator for the Cambodian Initiative. She has been described as hardworking, positive, and willing to help others. And that accurately describes Natasha. Oh, this must be the big one. I can tell by the weight. Okay. Finally, it is my pleasure to announce the Hanover Park's 2017 Michael H. Coleman Youth of the Year and winner of a $1,000 scholarship. Alex Rodriguez, would you join us, please? Alex is attending Bartlett High School, where he is a team captain for the varsity football team, team captain for the varsity baseball team, and peer buddy in the Best Buddies program. He's also committee chairman and patrol leader for his Boy Scout troop, where he reached the rank of Life Scout. Alex aspires to receive his doctorate of physical therapy, another one, and you guys are killing it. I was lucky I got through the name, you know. So, therapy at either Cornell, that's Carroll University, or Marquette University in Wisconsin. Alex has been a member of the Bartlett High School Math and Science Academy, where he has been selected as one of only a few students to join the competitive STEM program. He has served as a group head in the Peer Leaders Program and committee head on by the Junior Class Council. Wow, well done. Here's your report. Show that off. Okay, I would like to now invite Village Clerk Ada Corral Sepulveda to present the Protect the Homes Award winners. And the winner.
Winning crowd here. Well, I'd like to actually start by thanking staff for their help and support while I was away taking care of her. They put this together for me, so I really appreciate Deputy Village Manager Webb and Sue Krauser, and also Kathleen Arnold, because they stepped in and they took care of this for me. So thank you so much for all of your support in that. This is Lizzie, everybody, my little baby. The newest addition to the village. Now back to Deck the Homes. I'm on the program still. The Village Deck the Homes Award recognizes residents who demonstrate extra effort in decorating their homes for the holidays and who show the holiday spirit. Our first winner is the Basilio residents located on East Celebrity Circle. Would the Basilio family please join me?
He's in charge.
Thank you. Our next winner is the Mann residence located on Clipper Drive. Would the Mann family please join me? Is she the creative mind? Who's the creative mind?
We all are. I have to say, my neighbor, we've lived in the village for 16 years. He has won 6 times. I have never even tried to compete in the contest, and I don't know who voted for us, but thank you. I got the invite 2 weeks ago, and I said, we won, and he came running up from the basement, and he goes, what did we win? And I said, the contest. So thank you very much for all of those who supported us, and we want to make, everyone's holiday special, so please come visit us next year. See our display. I think what took us over the edge was our Joy to the World presentation we had in lasers. I'm thinking that's what finally beat them this year. So again, it's just a remembrance of what the holiday is sharing joy and our family, the joy of Christmas and Jesus.
Well, congratulations. She's going to move this up in the front lawn.
Right where the neighbors can see it.
Well, the thing is it's going to be friendly competition because you can't win back to back. So next year we're going to give it to him or whoever else wants to do it. Thank you.
Award winners. The Village Community Appearance Award recognizes residents who demonstrate extra effort in maintaining and beautifying their property. One of our winners this year, who is here with us this evening, is the Gustafson family on Greenbridge Lane. Would you please join me?
Okay, committees, commissions, veterans. Is there a veteran in the room? What is this? You ready, Rick? I'd now like to take a moment to recognize the village's many committees and commissions who volunteers work with the village trustees and employees in giving back to our communities. And first, I'd like to recognize our Veterans Committee, TJ Moore, our staff liaison, and I would like to invite up our board liaison, trustee Rick Roberts.
All right, thank you, Mayor Craig. And like I always like to say with Mayor Craig, I still know we're friends because when I call, he answers the phone. Believe me, it doesn't always work like that in politics, but we're all good. I'm going to introduce my Veterans Committee. What I'd like to do before I do that is recognize one of our founding members who passed away in November, Beverly Bauer. Beverly was a founding member of the committee. She was amazing. At her age and some of the things that she had going on with her health, Beverly would be at every event, working, selling bricks, promoting the War Dog Memorial. She's an amazing lady, and we were heartbroken when we lost her in November. All I can say is she was a very great woman, and she impacted all of us on the Veterans Committee. I'd like to introduce my committee. We're going to start with Ken Griesmer. I don't know if Ken's here tonight. Thank you. Dave Werkel. And I got to say, and I want to thank his wife Carol, because when Nikki was doing the painted bricks that we're selling for the Veterans Committee, Dave and Carol went to Nikki's house and they spent hours painting those bricks, and it's much appreciated. Much appreciated. So thank you, Carol. All right. Okay, Nikki Russ. She is everything. Nikki's awesome. She's amazing. She actually scolds me sometimes, which is fine. I get that. No, Nikki's this whole War Dog Memorial came from Nikki, and we're actually going to watch this develop on Memorial Day. So, woo woo! Yay! I know you all want to hear my. All right. Okay. Also, we have Bruce Bauer, Beverly's husband. June Franklin Liliano, who are here. We also have Steve Wilson from Post 5151. We also have our newest member, Ron Froscheiser. And I also want to do a special thank you to my girlfriend, Terry, who attends all the meetings and is involved in all the events. So thank you for supporting me. me for what I did. I know she doesn't like it, but she deserves some recognition. But what I'd like to say is about 3 years ago or more, Nikki came up with the idea of the military service dog memorial, or war dog memorial, whatever we're going to call it. And it started out as Nikki's project, and I told her, I said, Nikki, we already had the plaza built. I'm like, if you want to go with this, then you run. And she did. Well, she ran with it. Okay. So far, the Veterans Committee, through Nikki's hard work and Beverly, going out to these different business establishments and raising funds, have raised over $14,000. And the good thing is, as of this year, with matching funds from the village, we're going to cut the ribbon on the War Dog Memorial on Memorial Day. Yeah. We're very excited about that. Because a lot of people appreciate working dogs. I've had so much research done on working dogs and military dogs, and this is going to be a great event. And after Memorial Day, when you walk up to Village Hall, one of the first things you're going to see is that German Shepherd guarding the Veterans Plaza as a military service dog. And we are so excited about that. So thank you for all your hard work, Nikki, and all the things that my committee, I always say, you know what, my committee's always there. I never have a problem making quorum on my committee. Because my committee is there for every meeting. They're very committed. A lot of them are veterans, and you know what? Some of them are not veterans. They just love America, and they love veterans, and they want to help veterans. So I take my hat off to that committee for being amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
You can always count on Rick for a quick introduction. But I'll tell you, Rick is a marvelous leader, and it's an honor to be on the board with you, Rick. Thank you so much. And next I'd like to call up, present our Service to Veterans Award, which is given to an individual who has gone above and beyond in providing service to veterans. This year's recipient of the Service to Veterans Award is a student, Halid Davis. Halid, would you please join me? This is probably a little surprise of me. I'm reading the Daily Herald one morning, and this young man's name jumped out at me. And I said, oh, we got to meet him. And is your family here? Yeah, please, come on up. There you go. Mom's here. Halid Davis is a resident of Hanover Park who has served veterans and the communities in many ways. I selected him to receive this award after learning about his volunteer service to Vietnam, an organization whose primary focus has been on veterans and their families. There, Halid has volunteered for the past 4 years, once a month, serving meals to homeless veterans. While this award is for service to veterans, I don't want his many other community contributions to go unnoticed. Halid has been served at the Northern Illinois Food Bank, is active as a model of the United States, in the United Nations, is a French tutor of Strive. He has helped organize a St. Baldrick's Day event and is involved with the Kiwanis Key Club. He's helped organize and conduct numerous volunteer opportunities, including blood, food, and clothing drives. He's even served as an election judge in the community, helping to run the 2016 Illinois primaries. Halid is truly an exceptional student who is gifted, dedicated, motivated, and respected by his peers. Congratulations, Halid. You did enjoy it. Next, we have the Fire Corps Committee. And our next committee is Fire Corps, and I'd like to invite up Chief Craig Haig to speak about Fire Corps team. Chief Haig, if you would.
Thank you, Mayor. This year, 2017, marks an important milestone for our Fire Corps rehab program. This March, the team will celebrate their 10th year of service to the village in the Chicagoland area. Now, typically, I always talk about how great this team is and the wonderful things they do, but what I thought I would do a little different tonight is talk about their history and how they actually started out and some of the things that got us to the point that we're at. You see, back in late 2004, while visiting with some dear friends of my wife and I's, who are Salvation Army officers, we had a discussion that ensued about how best to provide rehab to firefighters. You see, the Salvation Army has been an integral part of fireground rehab for years. They provided hot coffee and pound cake and hot dogs and some incredible cotton gloves that have always been just a warm welcome to these terrible Chicagoland winters. But the problem is this researcher, Dr. Denise Smith at the University of Illinois, she had figured out that coffee and pound cake and hot dogs were, I know you'll be shocked by this, scientifically not probably the best to deal with the detrimental physiological impact of firefighting and heat stress. So as our conversation ensued back and forth with these two Salvation Army officers, I commented that maybe the Salvation Army should think about changing their rehab tactics, not really understanding exactly what that meant. And I thought we'd had a friendly conversation until a few days later, and I got a call from the Salvation Army's National Director of Emergency Services. This gentleman calls, my secretary answers the phone, and Robin says, "Hey, there's a guy on the phone from the Salvation Army." And I'm like, "Well, who is it?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know, but if you'd answer the phone, you could figure it out." So, those of you that giggle know Robin, obviously. I answered the phone. Dr. Ellers is on the phone, and he really held my feet to the fire as it relates to this issue of providing fireground rehab and what we should be doing and the evidence associated with that. His comment is that if they needed to be doing something different, then the fire service needed to train them, and they would make that happen. But here's the problem. You see, 10 years ago, we as the fire service, we really didn't know how to do rehab. And we certainly didn't know how to do scientific rehab based on evidence. So not to be dissuaded by a challenge like that, Dr. Smith and I set out on a course to figure out how best to provide firefighter rehab. We took our research, we designed some protocol, we did some initial training for the Salvation Army. However, we quickly, very, very quickly realized that we needed a fire service-based team who would do the work, track the results, implement ongoing changes, no matter how crazy they seemed, and based on a continuation of both laboratory and field research. So, with the blessing of the village manager and the village board and a huge amount of latitude to try something new, the Hanover Park Fire Corps was created back in March of 2007. So over the last 10 years, the work that this team has done has become nationally recognized and has set the standard for how fireground rehab is conducted. The current, we call it in the fire service NFPA, but the National Fire Protection Associations who sets the standards that we operate from. Their standard on rehab incorporates practices that were developed by the rehab response team that we have as part of our fire corps. I regularly get to present their work on a national and international level, and their protocols are currently practiced and used by departments throughout the United States, Canada, and most recently by the Hong Kong Fire Services Department. Due to their work and recognition, the department just started a new in-house research project. It is a Homeland Security funded project valued at $1.5 million. The research project evaluates the physiological condition of firefighters throughout their 24-hour shift. Each of our firefighters, they wear this special t-shirt. It's got physiological monitoring equipment inside of it, and it tracks their heart rate and their core body temperature and all of the rest of their vital functions. And then the shirt captures these readings in a device or a puck that attaches to the shirt, and it transmits those readings both out to our command car computers and very, very soon out to a rehab computer that'll be in the rehab team's response squad. The team that is working on this, you may have heard a few of these players, Skidmore College, University of Illinois, a little place on the East Coast called Harvard, UCLA, United States Army Medical Research Division, and then a couple vendors, Medtronic's Globe Fire Suit Zephyr, National Fire Protection Association, National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, and Hanover Park Fire Department. In fact, we're the only fire department that is participating in this study anywhere. Now, this research will unquestionably provide answers that will make our job for our firefighters safer, thereby sending them back to their families following their shift, and it will save the taxpayers money as we reduce firefighter line-of-duty injuries and deaths. Our involvement in this study has its roots firmly grounded in the development of this fire corps 10 years ago. The work that this team does is, quite frankly, unparalleled, and it saves firefighters' lives. You guys can stand so we can recognize you.
Feel the energy from the chief? I wonder why we get found some wonderful things. Thank you, chief.
Thanks for holding this cruise.
Well, I'm supposed to call Jim Kemper to the podium, but he had a little neck issue, so he left us. But for the CERT team, this past year, several CERT members participated in village-sponsored events, including the police department's annual Cop State Picnic in July and our tree lighting event in December. The assistance of our CERT team was provided by various events, has been instrumental, and we are grateful to them for their service to the village. Would the CERT team please stand and be recognized? That's I know Jim Kemper would go on, but it's a dedicated group, and we're glad they're involved, and they have been for many years. Okay. Our next committee is our Cultural Inclusion and Diversity Committee. Village Clerk Ada Corral-Svoboda is our board liaison on this committee, and Kate It's French. Oh my goodness. Okay. I apologize, Kate. It's our staff liaison. I would like to invite Ada up to speak about the committee.
I'd like to recognize our committee members. We have our chair, Charmaine Shahjahan, Trustee Shahjahan. Trustee Jim Kemper is also a member, and we have Gail Paneshi, who could not be here with us today. Victoria Akinde is our newest member. Father Matthew Adicula. And last but not least, Deb McDonald. And I'd like to note, CIDC, we are, I believe, on our 9th year as a committee. And this year, I believe our two biggest accomplishments were our Martin Luther King Day of Service. And we worked together with Habitat for Humanity on several homes in Hanover Park, and also the church, Christ Presbyterian Church in the northern part of town. And this year, because of that relationship with Habitat for Humanity, we've also initiated with the village a multi-year, multi-million-dollar project that's going to be bringing development to the Tanglewood community. And we have several members, residents, that are participating in that. And I'm quite proud of it because, and appreciative, because our staff has really come on board and been very much engaged. Community development and several other departments have been very engaged in that process. This is usually when you look at community development, you have a developer, they come out, they check out the land, and then they build. But with Habitat, you get that, and you also get other things. You get grassroots developed leadership building for residents and the community. So it's a big asset to have an organization like Habitat for Humanity come to Hanover Park and be able to invest in Hanover Park and our residents. Not only the infrastructure, but also the development of our residents. The other event that we had was in November, we have a leaders reception. And this year we had a great leaders reception that touched on the subject of how does social media, different media, new medias, how do they help communicate different social issues in our communities. And so we had several speakers come out, well-recognized speakers. It's a very well-attended event. And we had a lot of perspectives, diverse perspectives shared in that forum. So we'd like to recognize the hard work of our committee. Thank you so much for all that you do to contribute to the diversity and the inclusion of our town.
Thank you, Ada. Okay. Next, I'd like to bring up our Sister Cities Committee. Our board liaison is Trustee James Kemper, and our staff liaison is Catherine Perez. I'd like to invite Committee Chair Linda Packham up to the podium and tell you more about the committee. Linda?
Aquaba, bienvenidos. Our Sister City members greet you with a big welcome. I'd like to introduce our committee members who are here tonight. Adelaide Radaqua, Frank Radaqua, Mary Harrison, and around the corner, Arnaldo Flores, and two auxiliary members, Robert Packup and Sandra Packup. Not here tonight, Pamela Fowler, Gladys Lawson, and Priscilla Harvey. And I have to say, last but not least, Trustee Herb Porter. We are the citizen diplomats, as Sister City International and even our own U.S. State Department likes to refer to us. Citizen diplomats who have the honor to represent Hanover Park in Valparaiso, Zacatecas, Mexico, and Cape Coast, Ghana, West Africa. 2016 was a very busy year for us. Locally, we had outreach programs, Kids for Hope, Greenwood's Art Appreciation around the world, and we were invited by the Schaumburg chapter of Beta Sigma Phi, Women's Philanthropic Sorority, to give a presentation on beads and textiles. We continued with our Pen Pal program at Laurel Hill School. We had several exchanges with the Jesus Gonzalez Ortega School in Valparaiso. We attended a Zacatecas Federation event in Round Lake featuring noted Mexican author Dr. Oliverio Cacheo. He presented us an autographed copy of his latest book on the tradition, culture, and history of Valparaiso, which we in turn donated to the Laurel Hill School Library. It's worth noting that Dr. Cacheo attended Ortega's school, our sister school, when he was a child. We once again contributed funds to the Ortega School that helped 18 students receive supplies and textbooks. Ortega School is the only school in Valparaiso to accept special needs children. 2016 also marked another visit to Cape Coast, where we had the pleasure of visiting our namesake Hanover Park Primary School. And I say again, how cool is that to have your own namesake school in another part of the world? The enrollment remains steady at 85 to 100 youngsters in grades 1 through 6, plus a Montessori nursery school program. We also visited our projects at the district hospital, children's ward, and the domestic violence prevention unit at the regional service headquarters. And oh yes, last July, Trustee Herb Porter, Frank Grandacqua, former trustee Robert Packham, and myself had the great pleasure of going to Washington, D.C. and standing up at the 60th anniversary conference of Sister Cities International and accepting the award for Best Overall Program for a town with a population under 50,000. We were told we beat out 53 other applicants. We were also, I understand, an application that the judges said they were surprised by the depth of our program. Well, it's no surprise really when you have a team of dedicated individuals working for the mutual benefit of all three communities. Finally, one of our very special annual activities is sponsoring the celebration of Black History Month. This year's program will be next Saturday, February 18th. Trustee Porter has done an exceptional job of planning this year's event. Please pick up a flyer from the vestibule outside. We hope to see you there. Don't forget. So it's now time that I say adios, goodbye, daye, sleep well.
So I was invited to Ontarioville School this past, when you retire, one day's like another. So I think it was on Friday. And it was like a career day. And we're going through all the events. So I was in 7 different classrooms, and I love the classroom. I love the kids. You know, I think it's so important that young people can see who they're in. You know, try to model the right stuff. I don't wear a tie all the time, but I do try to, you know, brush my teeth and comb my hair. But the kids always ask wonderful questions when the mayor is there. How can we help make a better community? Because I talk about community involvement, community participation, and I love the fact that they ask those kind of questions. So I'm really excited for our future. I don't know where the world's going, but Hanover Park's in a good place, and I feel really good about attending that school. And one of the classrooms I was in, the teacher told the students, well, you all know that I come from Mexico. And they go, yeah, we know. And did you know that the mayor visited my hometown? And I looked at her and I said, there's like 3 towns I visited in Mexico, if you don't count when we got lost and we went all over the country trying to find out where we were. And she grew up in Valparaiso. And she went to the school in Valparaiso. And so I'm thinking, holy smokes, she says, my mom and dad are still there. And I said, what? This is Alva, what a nice thing to say. And she said, well, we're also proud the mayor from Hanover Park came to our town. And I like teaching in Hanover Park. So I thought that was a nice little story I thought I would share. And I immediately hung up, when I left the school, I called Linda and I said, we got a connection. So that's always good. And we have many connections in Valparaiso, Zacatecas. So that's really nice. Next I have the Environmental Committee, and I'd like Karen Dalton-Lang is our staff liaison, and Village Trustee John Kunkel is the board liaison of this committee. Karen and John, if you please come up to the podium and tell us about your committee.
Thank you. The Environmental Committee works to provide residents of the village with information and opportunities relating to environmentally friendly practices. And we're very fortunate to have Trustee Kunkel as our board liaison to help us through all of our meetings. I'd like to take a moment and introduce the committee members that are here tonight. First Chair, Bob Washman, stand up. Rich Baylor. Russell Hart. Sherry and Kevin McGregor. And I'd like to let you know how busy this small but powerful group was this year. They were very busy in 2016. I'd like to give you some highlights. In September, we held a recycling event, and over 9,000 pounds of shredding material was collected, 1,800 pounds of batteries, and over 230 gallons of oil and 20 pounds of antifreeze, amongst a bunch of other stuff. The committee has been investigating options for future electronic recycling options and textile recycling for this year, so we'll be letting you know about that soon. The Environmental Committee worked with Hanover Highlands School. Students and teachers worked together to build a rain garden, and our Environmental Committee donated 2 trees and helped the students plant them. Special kudos to Russell Hart for being a liaison with Hanover Highlands. In October, we held a river sweep. And it's not sweeping the river, it's actually cleaning up garbage. And what astounded me, that over 900 pounds of garbage was just collected from a small area at the west branch of the Potomac River near Arlington and Greenbrook Boulevard. So that was a lot of work by this committee. We also partnered with MWRD to give free rain barrels to Cook County residents. And over 400 residents took us up on that offer. So with every small rain event we have, almost 25,000 gallons of water are collected, and that 25,000 gallons can be reused for gardening, lawn care, or other uses. But that's a lot of water that we're helping infiltrate into our ground and keep it clean. In June, we had an open house at our apiary, and we had over 60 people in attendance to learn more about bees and the importance of pollination to our food supply and the need for native flowers. Special thanks to our resident beekeepers, Sherry and Kevin McGregor, for hosting all of that and keeping things in order. The committee also sponsors storm drain stenciling to remind people not to dump stuff down the drain. You know, don't dump anything that a fish wouldn't like to eat down the drain is what I tell the kids. So next month we'll be working with Ann Fox school children in a drain stenciling project around their school. And the Environmental Committee didn't even know that yet. I just spread that out. Got a call this week. In 2017, we'll be doing something new. We're going to be involved in a pumpkin recycling event. So you think about all the pumpkins that we all carve at Halloween, and those just go in the garbage, but we can collect thousands of pounds that can get collected and go to compost. And last but not least, our village board passed a resolution in April endorsing the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus Greenest Region Compact 2 initiative. And it's important for mayors and local government throughout the United States to take leadership roles to advance sustainability, both in our communities, in our town, and in concert with other regional, national, and global initiatives. The Environmental Committee wants to thank our village board for leadership in the environmental area. Thank you.
Even the mayor has a ring barrel. I started out with 4, I was gonna share them, then I was told I was breaking some rule, I couldn't do that. Imagine. The, next up is our Historical Preservation Ad Hoc Committee, and our staff, let me see. The staff liaisons, Kevin Feeney and Trustee John Kunkel on our board liaison. Both are joining us here tonight, along with committee member Kevin Feeney. Would you please stand and be recognized? Kevin? Kevin, did you want to say something?
We do have somebody from the historic committee, it's Nikki Ross. Can you stand up?
Oh, Nikki's on it. Very good. Very good. So this is the year we intend to make this a full committee. We've been working on it a while, and so we're pulling some things together. And Patrick tells me we're close. I know Patrick's here somewhere. Patrick? Yes. He's nodding. So I've been seeing some literature that needs to come before the board. We're going to get that done. This is the year. Okay. Thank you very much, both of you. Okay, next I would, we have our special events committee, and staff liaison is David Webb, and board liaisons Charlene Shahjahan, Herb Porter, who also serve as committee chair. Herb, would you like to join me? I know you have a few words.
That's right. Well, good evening. And it's my distinct honor and privilege to, first of all, be able to stand here at all. And thank God for the opportunity that bringing me through my health challenge that I went through in December. For those of you that know and for those of you that don't know, I underwent triple bypass surgery in December. And I'm here, so obviously I survived. And I want to thank all of my friends. And, you know, I guess you don't get to say that too much in political environments, where you can call people that you work with on a political basis, and in government, your friends. But I found out during my time of convalescence and recuperation that I have a lot of friends in the village of Hanover Park, on the board, in the staff, the workers, police department, fire department. I mean, everyone has been just so gracious and so accommodating, and I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the support, the cards, the letters, the plants. Rick is gone, and I just about killed the beautiful bonsai plant that he gave me, which I understand is not an easy thing to do because they're pretty hardy plants, and I tell people that, no pun intended, but I truly have a black thumb, so. But I'm here to talk about the Special Events Committee. This year, there was a special initiative, Mayor's initiative, as he approached me and said, you know, we need to have a committee, a special events committee, because we want to step up our game. We have a lot of independent committees, and you've met them all tonight. They do great work putting on different events for the benefit of the residents here in Hanover Park. And the mayor said, I want to put together a committee that will act as sort of a sounding board, act as a source for coordinating all of these different activities and making sure that we're maximizing our exposure and our opportunities and also our resources. He came to me and said, would you be willing to be a part of this committee? And at this time, I really had to learn how to say no to the mayor. I'm getting better at that. But no, I willingly accepted because I was excited and it's something that we had talked about. And so I was honored that he would consider me to be a part of this committee. The committee became an official committee in November of 2016, and we're working on some really special things. And we have some committee members that are here tonight that I want to acknowledge that are here. First of all, dear Sherry Craig is just so vital to what we do. Sherry, just stand up. Everybody knows you, but just wave. Sherry knows so much about what's going on at Hanover Park, and I think she's been an excellent person to have on this, because when I say, well, what did you do in this instance, or what happened back then, and Sherry can go back and give you all the details and everything, and she's just such a valuable resource. So I thank Sherry for her participation and being a representative on the board. Also, we have Charmaine Sanjahan. See, I told you. I'm getting better, okay. Charmaine is the newest member, but Charmaine brings such a wealth of ideas and creativity, her experience, her financial background, her organizational skills. I just found out that she organizes their vacations, writes them down in books, and then catalogs the vacations in book form when it's all over. So that degree of organization skill is really something that I lack, and so I'm glad that you're a part of this, because it's really necessary. But last but not least, I want to thank David Webb, who is our staff liaison. But Dave has been the heart and soul of this special events committee. He's the guy that, even before I took sick, was there to organize, put together the meetings, taking the notes and the minutes, all of the details that you need to have a successful committee. Without Dave's involvement and without Dave's help, there would not be a special events committee. So I want you to give a special round of applause and appreciation to our most valuable player. And we're working on some things for 2017 as we kind of get our feet up under us. We are working on an expanded Cops Day event that we're going to put on. We looked around and we talked about some of the events that we currently have, some ongoing events. And I could think of no better or more well-received event than our Cops Day event. It's a great approach and into our community. It's a great outreach to our community. And so we approached Chief Minot and the police department and said, is it possible that, we could, in the special events committee, could take our Cops Day event and expand it this year with a thought toward maybe even doing something greater down the road. And they've been so accommodating. Officer Penny and all of George and the other officers have come up with great suggestions and have really been gracious to us in allowing us to work with the special events, with the Cops Day picnic and with the police department. And I think you're going to like what we put together for 2017. And all of this is building towards our 2018 village anniversary, 60th anniversary of Hanover Park, 2018. And we're putting together something that's going to really make you proud to be a part of Hanover Park. We're going to be eventually talking with other committees. We're going to need everyone's help from all of the committees and the standing committees. We'll be reaching out to you, getting everyone's help and your input as we put together this event. But we want to make that really special, and we're already beginning to make those plans. I want to thank the board for making some funds available for us to do this, because without the money you can't do anything. So I'm really grateful that the board has gotten behind the Special Events Committee and has been very supportive in helping us to put this all together. We're looking forward to carrying on the great tradition in Hanover Park. Mayor Craig has set out a vision for this community, and we want to be a part of making that a reality. So for the Special Event Committee, on behalf of all of us, I just want to say thank you, and look ahead. They've got some great things that are coming, so thank you.
Okay, when I got the call, the curb was laid up. I was told he had 100% blockage in one artery, 100% in the second, and 80% in the third. I said, how do you do that? It's a testament to this God-loving man and his fearless life that he lives, and that's how you do it. And we're so glad you are with us today. That's a voice we do not want to lose. Next, I have the Development Commission. The board liaison is Trustee Herb Porter, and I'd like to invite our staff liaison, Shubhra Govind, to speak about the commission. Shubhra, if you would please come up and join us.
How do I follow Trustee Porter after his fabulous speech? And Trustee Porter is board liaison to our Development Commission. That plays a very critical role in reviewing development applications for not just residential, but also commercial developments that come to town, any special uses and variances. They are the body that makes the recommendations to the board if we need to tweak our regulations and rules, the text amendments that we do. So it really is a commission that meets with the petitioners, they hold the public hearings, and then makes the recommendations to the board. Usually we have our chair, Virginia Walksmith, attend and represent the commission, but I understand she's babysitting her beautiful grandkids, and some of the Development Commission members are not able to attend. However, I would like to thank them for their time and the service that they provide. They not only refer to our adopted codes and plans, but they also bring a lot of their own experience and expertise to the table in making the recommendations, so we certainly appreciate that. Thank you, Development Commission members.
Next, we have our Connect Committee. The staff liaison, again, is Shubhra, and Trustee Herb Porter is our board liaison.
Bless you.
I've been blessed. Somebody's been blessed. We're all blessed. There must have been an event I missed. Anyway, Trustee Herb Porter, please go ahead.
It's been a real honor to once again work with the Connect Committee. This is a group of individual business owners located throughout Hanover Park, small business owners. And as we all know, small business owners are the core, the engine of our economy. These are the folks that get up early in the morning and turn on the lights in their businesses. They're the ones that write the checks to Commonwealth Edison. They write the payroll checks. They're the ones that turn the lights off. They shovel the snow in front of their businesses. And these are the small business owners. They're the salt and earth of our business community. And without them, no community like this could really exist. And it's a real privilege to stand here and represent those business owners. We have a number of them that are here tonight. I'd like to ask that Gail Tobin, who is the chairman of the committee, would you join me? I think that it's appropriate that you come forward and be recognized. Gail Tobin is our chair. Gail, I'm going to give you the honor of introducing our members that are here from the Connect Committee. Would you like to do that? Okay, all right.
If you're here, please stand up. I know Angela over here, and Nan, and Kathleen Arnold is here. She's our
There you are.
indispensable to our community. For all your help and for helping us out as well. And there's some, who's here? Bob. Stand up, Bob. Thank you all for all your work and volunteering on the
So there are about, I would say about 15 businesses that are represented on the Connect Committee, and they come from all different backgrounds and all types of businesses. Some of them aren't here tonight, but they do good work. Renata, we recognize you won an award. We recognize you for being an important person in our community, and we thank you. And I've got a big mouth, but we thank you for being a part of.
What was that about an award?
A part of our community. So thank you very much.
Does that mean we cut you off?
Yeah. No more ice cream. Thank you. Speaking of ice cream, I went to Dairy Queen with our fine village attorney last night, and they said, we both ordered chocolate sundaes, right? And I said, I wanted lightweight, just put cherry on top. Oh, we don't do cherries anymore. Really? Dairy Queen doesn't do cherries? I was taken back. So it didn't slow me down, it slowed down. Okay. So, one of our Mrs. Cadet. I'll be glad when my motorcycle comes in. Okay, I think I'm back on track. Is that Mayor's Choice Award? Okay, there we go. Rod's Comedy Hour, what can I tell you? One of the responsibilities of our Connect Committee is to coordinate our Mayor's Choice Business of the Year Award. This award recognizes outstanding achievement in the business community within the village. If the nominees would please stand up and be recognized as I call their names. The nominees for this year's award are Angelo Caputo's Fresh Market, Dos Vita Juice Bar, Lily Nails, Menard, Old Salem Cafe, and School Health. I was at the Old Salem Cafe about 3 months ago. I took a photo of my dinner and put it on Facebook. I got more phone calls. Where did you get that? Okay. It didn't last long. I was pretty hungry. This year we have 2 awards. One is the business with over 50 employees, and the other is a business with under 50 employees. And the winner of this year's Mayor's Choice Business of the Year Award with over 50 employees is Menards. Pretty cool. When have you seen an analog clock last? Let's go over right.
Thank you again.
Next is the Mayor's Business Choice of the Year for the under 50 employees. And this year's winner is the Old Salem Cafe. Thank you so much. If you haven't been to the Old Salem Cafe, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how good the food is. And I understand on Saturday and Sunday morning they do breakfast. So that's something special.
8 a.m.
I
tomorrow.
haven't made breakfast yet. But I hear the biscuits and gravy are second to none.
Awesome.
Awesome. Oh, okay, we got one there.
We gotta cheer you
Okay.
guys on.
Next up is our People's Choice Award. And I would like to invite Ada Terrell-Sepulveda up to the podium to present the People's Choice Award next.
So I'd actually like to invite Kathleen. Will she help me put this together while I was gone? Every year we try to do a little fun. I think this is probably our third year that we've done this. And it's nice because we provide something for the businesses to put on their storefront. And that way they can engage the community and engage their clients into voting who they prefer as their favorite restaurant. And this year we had how many? 7 businesses that were nominated. And the next, the winner of this, you really have to check them out because I don't know what they put in their food, but I am there way too often. It's quite a problem actually. Particularly their brownies. If you are ever in need of brownies, delicious, melts in your mouth, but the outer layer is crunchy, and then it's like smooth and chocolatey, but not too hard. It's just really silky stuff. This is where you want to go. If you are ever in need of any pastries for that matter. Their macaroons, oh I put a macaroon in my mouth and I swear, I can't even express. I mean, I literally, you guys, I have like tears right now. It was just so good. They were very, very, very good. And we've been there for lunch, we've been there for dinner, we've been there for breakfast, which is a new addition, if you've paid attention. And speaking of additions, they recently invested. They opened a small shop at first. They started as a catering business. They opened a small shop. And then they expanded to a sit-in restaurant. And would you, I walked in one day and I think there was a couple there that they had been there their whole lives because there were 2 skeletons just sitting there. It was Halloween, it was a prop, but it was great fun. We really enjoy so much going to this restaurant. Renata from Old Salem Cafe, congratulations again. We appreciate not only your food, but your commitment to your town. It is very hard to open a new business. I know my family has opened one. It is a commitment of the heart, not only to your craft, but also to your community. It takes dollars, it takes sweat, and I am so happy that you have chosen us to dedicate that to. Thank you.
Stop. Fever. No. It's contagious.
Good.
Keep making those rocks.
very good. Okay,
Good
stand.
day, George.
Humanitarian of the Year Award? I guess, so each year I award the Humanitarian of the Year Award to an individual or group that have been actively engaged in helping and improving the lives of others. This year I am pleased to announce our Humanitarian of the Year is Martha Carell. Martha, would you please join me? Your daughter didn't spill the beans. In 2016, Martha Carell, a Hanover Park resident, came up with the idea to have a walk-a-thon to benefit St. Ansgar Church. She worked hard at organizing the event, including everything from obtaining signatures or sponsors to getting people registered for the event. 226 registered and $13,931 was raised. 32 individuals were helped with those funds raised, and congratulations, Martha, on this well-deserved award. Well done. Come on, Dad. All right, we're getting with the program.
That's
right.
Well done, Mark. Building community, we all do it together. And I just love it. Every year I find humanitarian. Educator of the Year. Our next award for Educator of the Year, this year, I have 3 recipients of this award. And they've been waiting a long time out there. I teased them earlier. I said, oh, you don't have your teacher shirts on. You know, it's like when you go to school, you have this certain attire. So I was teasing. But anyway, our Educators of the Year are Courtney Bainbridge, Sue Hindenberger, and Cara Morgan, 6th grade teachers at Ann Fox School. Ladies, would you please join me? Fox School is a pretty special place in my heart. It's where our Kids at Hope initiative began a number of years ago with now the assistant superintendent. But I'd like to take a few words about each of them, starting with Courtney. Courtney went to the University of Illinois for her undergraduate degree and is working on a master's in technology. This is her 3rd year at Ann Fox School, and she has taught 6th grade students all 3 of those years. Courtney facilitates a STEM Fuse club for 6th grade students. Sue Hindenberg is a product of District 54 and has been at Ann Fox for 18 years. She has served as a resource teacher, 5th grade teacher, and now 6th grade teacher. She is also a tech advisor, facilitator, and offers many after-school activities for her students. She also serves in many leadership positions for the school and has been part of the Kids at Hope initiative right from the beginning. Thank you very much. Finally, Cara Morgan. Cara's got my number. Who is a product of Ann Fox and has been working there for 14 years, serving all 14 years as a 6th grade teacher. She facilitates the student running club and has also been part of the Kids at Hope from the beginning. All 3 of the fine teachers deserve the award for exceptional work they do at Ann Fox and with their students. And on a personal note, the quality of the teachers at Ann Fox School and in the school district, I need to say that reflects well upon the principal. When you go into a school, it's well disciplined, things are happening well. So I'd like that to reflect on our fine principal. Would you come up and join us also? Even though I don't have a special certificate, oh, I got something to hand out. What did you think? So, we could have this whole, we all suffer through the photo violence. Thank you all so much. Thank you. These three sixth-grade teachers collaborated end of last school year, and they put together, they brought history to life. They had the sixth graders cut out life-size cutouts of Abraham Lincoln and a number of other leaders that were quite remarkable. And at the end of the school year, they rolled them all up for me, and we hung them in the village hall. The only one that's left is Abe Lincoln. He's on the back of my door, so hang in there, Abe. Always a reminder of the quality of work that we get in Hanover Park from our teachers. And we have marvelous school districts, and we're very blessed that way. So thank you all. Okay. Next is Service to Youth Award. Our most, oh yeah, let's do this right. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. This award is Service to Youth Award. This year, our Service to Youth Award goes to Chuck Playa. Chuck. Chuck happens to be a parking enforcement officer with our police department. However, Chuck, in many ways, in all his years in Hanover Park, has worked with youth to a great deal. Many years after his kids have moved on, and Barb has acknowledged the fact that Chuck's out of the house doing this thing again. But Chuck has been marvelous the last few years as I've tried to get my arms around our baseball and football and convert those playing fields into something that's going to be pretty special. We're going to get a start at that this year. We have some bids out, and hopefully we're going to get some good prices. But you're going to see a lot of change along Barrington Road. Yay. And Chuck has really been the go-in-between guy to help me get that over the hump. And Chuck's marvelous working with baseball and football, and highly respected, highly thought of in our community. And you know, Chuck, I understand when you do a school guard up by Einstein School, they bring you coffee up there. And he complains. Knock off the sugar and the cream, just give me some black coffee. And they all laugh and they have a good time. And at Horizon School, if you're along there, you'll see Chuck out in the middle of that 4-lane road, making sure our kids are safe. And Chuck, we do appreciate that. It's above and beyond. I know it's your call to duty, but there's a difference. And you're a model in our department, and I speak highly of you. And I'm very appreciative that you are on board. And a little bit of history, I'm going to turn to Rick Roberts to say a few words.
All right, thank you, Mayor Craig. What can I say about Chuck? First of all, Chuck, I've never liked you. No, I'm kidding, he's my friend. Look, Chuck Playa is everything that Hanover Park represents. I've known Chuck for about 15 years. He has dedicated himself in the Hurricane football program as a volunteer coach. As his son went through the program, like a lot of us in this room have done, and his daughter went through the program, Chuck continued to stay, and he continued to coach. And now, as I still volunteer my time up there, Chuck also volunteers his time cooking at the grill on Saturdays and Sundays. He's Wolfgang Chuck. But he continues to volunteer his time. What he's done with all this work that the mayor asked him to do with baseball and football, and Chuck has been there. He's organized everything. He's organized the meetings, and we have a lot of positive things going on in our park. And when I pass Chuck on Greenbrook Boulevard, Mayor, I always wave at him because he's out there, and he's still helping kids. So all I can say is Chuck Byatt truly deserves this award. He's been a good friend. He's been very loyal to me and me to him. And Chuck, I'm very proud that you were able to achieve this award this evening. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Way to go, Chuck.
Finally, I think this is the last one, right? Where's Sue? Couldn't do it without you, Sue. So finally, our Citizen of the Year. And this, our next award is Citizen of the Year, and this year I am honored to be giving this award to someone I've come to know for her commitment to our community. And I will say that our Citizen of the Year, Donna Smith, would you please come up and join me? Now, Donna and I converse on and off over the years, and she likes to let me know what's going on. You might not know this, very quietly, Donna is engaged in our youth. She's the president of the U46 School Board. And it's an honor to know Donna because she brings that common sense that we know and love in Hanover Park to that board. And that board has been all over the map, hasn't it? And well, you don't have to say anything, that's okay, you know. But Donna has been steadfast and true. Incrementally, that school district is improving all the time. And you know, I want to acknowledge, your good work, your skill in leading that board. I don't know how you do it. It's a tough board. You've got a CEO superintendent that is known throughout the state as one of the finest and the best. And he fights for those kids, and you fight for those kids. And, you know, we have to show our appreciation. And, you know, Hanover Park is just a small portion of U46. And your success is good for our community. It's good for our values. And so I want to thank you very much. I think the leadership on that board is pretty darn good for the most part. Thank you very much. Well, I can't wait till next year because I'll be able to read all these things as my things come into focus. And I think we did okay tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out. This is a community with a heart. I love being in a leadership role for the village of Hanover Park. We've lived here a long time. My heart and soul is within the schools, if you haven't realized that. I love what our teachers do. There's not a teacher that I don't run into as a special spirit. I received a call from a teacher at Greenbrook School today. Would you like to participate in a fifth grade leadership panel where the kids can ask all kinds of questions? I said, I love it, I'm there. She said, oh, you were my first call and I was scared to death. I said, I am honored to be asked, and I will, whatever's on my calendar is second, because we have to make a difference for our children. We have, you can see our youth awards tonight. The technology and the school and the biography, you know, the places they're going is second to none. And the moms and dads that build that. We have a wonderful community. We have a community with a heart. And I'm very honored to lead this community. So thank you very much for coming tonight and your patience as I fumble through the paperwork. Have a nice evening.